Great Rising family. This is Amber from Amber's Magical Garden in Small Spaces. I just wanted to come and do I don't really want to call this an update video, but I made a discovery. Now, my last few videos have been about tomato plants, like that one. Which clearly, I mean, I'm trying to give it a second chance, but it doesn't look like it's going to do much. And this one, that actually, I thought that was a leaf, but as you can see, that is not a leaf in any way, shape, or form, right? But I do have a tomato plant that have some leaves, but I had to cut it back. And let's see, do I have another one out here? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a tomato plant. Had to clearly cut it back, and then this long stem next to the stick, with that's the tomato plant. So, because it has been reaching temperatures upwards of 80 and up here, because it's summer. It's summer now here in Nevada, Zone 9A, where I am located. Oh, by the way, I found a link, or I got a link, but I found a website where if you don't know what your zone is, you actually can go to this place and it will give you specifics. Like I'm in Las Vegas and there's a 9B in this area where I am. There's even, I want to say like a 7A, but literally right here in the valley where I am. So my specific location, I am in Zone 9A. Okay. But anyway, excuse me, on my videos I have been talking about tomato plants and the factor that they don't do well in heat at all. And if you are 80 degrees and up, your plant is not gonna do very well. It's not gonna survive. It's gonna end up doing stuff like this. And between 80 and 90, the flowers that have produced will stop. Like it'll stop flowering. And then at 90, if you have fruit, the fruit is just going to kind of sit there and the plant is going to die. I hate to say it like that. I hate to put it like that. Oh yeah, that's another tomato plant. See how it has leaves down there, but the whole stem is just like, ah. And see how it has the flowers? This goes to what I was telling you. And even like that one. That one, I don't know if you can tell because it's not really. But that flower right there, it's wide open, right? And usually that's what it does before it produces a baby tomato. And there might be one up in there. I can't really see. But yeah, normally they produce and then they dry out. You see the cobweb right there on that one? So between those temperatures, that's usually what it does. Tomato plant. But yesterday, OMG, yesterday, I was at Home Depot and I was returning one of my red bell pepper plants. Let me show you real quick. So this is one of my red bell pepper plants. I had 3 originally. And then I had 2 that was in here. But one of them, it just literally became a stick like that. It was a stick. And I was like, no. So I took it back to get my money back. And I just decided that I was going to go ahead and at first I wasn't going to get another plant. I was just going to get some seeds, and I was like, I'll try seeds. And I have so many seeds. I did a video on why an emergency garden, and I displayed, or I talked about my seeds. I need to do another one so that I can be specific in the seeds that I got. But anyway, back to the tomato. So I've been saying in my videos, don't do tomatoes. Don't grow tomatoes. If you live in anything that is zone 8A and up, really 9, I'm sorry, really 7A and up, don't get tomatoes right now because you're going to end up with a stick, or you're going to end up with a failed attempt like that one, right? But guess what? This is a bell pepper. That right there. See, it's your orange bell pepper. See? But anyway, I found a plant. I couldn't believe it. I was like, okay, I gotta try this. I'm gonna try this because I've never heard of this. No one knows what the heck. I don't think anyone even knows about this thing here. Again, I recycle, reuse. This had some, I think, cranberry orange muffins or something. Yeah, cranberry orange. See? Cranberry orange muffins in it. And so I'm using it, put holes in the bottom, and I'm using it for my plants to repot or to create. And this is for my banana water. My son, I think, or one of my daughters put it out there so I could put it in banana water. But anyway, I wanted to show you this. Look. It's a tomato. This is a tomato plant. Now, I know, right? Amber, why would you go get a tomato plant? Didn't you just say tomatoes don't do good in your area? Amber, like, why would you do that? Why would you get a tomato plant? It don't make any sense. You just showed me a stick and another stick and tomato plants that are just barely hanging on. Amber, why would you get another tomato plant? I know, right? But this tomato, this one right here, that they didn't do a good job of watering, has a lot of peat moss in there, but they didn't do a good job of watering, which is fine. This was probably the most healthy one, and I even had to check it and make sure that I didn't have little critter people living underneath the leaves, you know. But look at this. I mean, just decimated this one. So we're going to pull that off. And I am definitely, before I put it among anything, I'm going to treat it with some neem oil and make sure that there are no more little critter people living underneath the leaves. But anyway, this one here, look. It's named after one of the hottest places here in North America, okay? Phoenix. This is a Phoenix tomato, a heat-tolerant hybrid tomato. It is a determinate tomato, right? So, heat-tolerant, that is so important. Heat-tolerant hybrid. That means that somebody, and that's probably why they named it Phoenix, somebody had a tomato plant that made it through the heat. And what they did was keep the seeds, or they took one of these little branches off of the tomato plant and they grafted it onto something like that, right? That might have had a great root system but couldn't produce anymore. So they took a part of the plant that was heat tolerant and was still producing tomatoes, and they put it onto a good root stock. Or even, let's look at this one. Great root stock right there, right? It still has probably a lot of roots in there. But it's just the fruit and the leaves. This is an early girl variety. It just couldn't handle the heat, right? Even like the big stick back there, great roots, producing wonderful. I mean, look, the leaves, they're still green and still doing something, but they're not producing any fruit, right? So with this one, in order to make it a heat-tolerant hybrid tomato, they took whatever tomato they had. I don't even know the details, but it took whatever tomato they had and they probably put it on a root stock. And then after they put it on the root, it started to grow, and then it probably produced wonderful tomatoes. And now they've created a hybrid variety heat-tolerant tomato, right? That sounds good to me, especially because I live in Las Vegas, where it's just as hot as it is in Phoenix. And I want some tomatoes. I don't want to have to create baby tomatoes in order to have tomatoes. I want a nice sized tomato, at least the size of, I don't know, a racquetball, a golf ball. My early girls, they got to be the size of a golf ball. And some of them were the size of a boulder marble, right? Because we got an early summer. But I think I may have been onto something, you guys. A Phoenix heat-tolerant hybrid tomato, right? And let's look at this part here. Let's see the back of it. Disease resistance, VASCSS. I don't know what that means. Full sun, 6 hours. Now, let me say something about that. If you live in zones 8A and up, do not look. Full sun is not full sun in those zones. I'm in zone 9A. My full sun right now is 80, like 84 degrees, 86 degrees here, which is why I don't have my covering and I'm giving them full sun right now. Okay. On Tuesday, it's supposed to be 103. So I don't know. We're having a cooling trend, literally a cooling trend today, the next 2 days. Tomorrow, yesterday was cooler. Last night I was able to open my windows and let some fresh air in. Today it's in the 80s, and tomorrow it's supposed to be 83, right? Which is Monday. But on Tuesday, it's going to be 107. So guess what's going to happen? My little shade cloth, will be coming back over the troop, back over the forest, and we'll be protecting the plants. But anyway, so this says full sun 6 hours, spacing 24 to 36 feet apart. So 24, I mean, it's in a pot, so I think it's going to be okay. It doesn't necessarily, clearly I'm in a small space garden on my balcony. But if I was going to put it in a bin like that, then it would have to be at one end and everything else would be on the other end. So anyway, excuse me, choking because I'm swallowing. Excuse me. Okay. Planting depth. Bury 2/3 of the plant. Maturity after planting. Thank you for putting that. Most of the time they don't even tell you that, and you're thinking 70 to 75 days for maturation. Okay. Use Miracle-Gro soil and plant food. No, it's okay. I'll work it out. I don't necessarily put Miracle-Gro. But anyway, this is the Phoenix Heat Tolerant Hybrid Tomato. You guys will join me on this journey. I'm telling you, you got to join me on this journey. So in order to join me on this journey of this Phoenix Heat Tolerant Hybrid Tomato, first thing you got to do, like the video. I just gave you information. If you search YouTube, you're going to find one video in reference to the Phoenix Heat Tolerant Hybrid Tomato. And the person's not even talking. The person is doing this, literally. This is what they're doing. And they're showing you the tomatoes. But how do we know that it's this? We don't know. It could just be any random tomato, right? They don't say anything. They don't show you anything, nothing. So, I will have a video on the Phoenix Heat Tolerant Hybrid Tomato. So in order for you to follow me on this journey as we watch this thing, it has a few flowers here, right? But as we watch this thing bloom and do what it's going to do in the summer here in hot Vegas, zone 9A, you got to like the video. And then you got to subscribe, because how are you going to know when I'm posting something more about this tomato, right? Unless you subscribe to the channel. So make sure you subscribe. And then if you're subscribing from your phone or your laptop, once you click subscribe, the bell is going to have these little lines around it. Click the bell. Once you click the bell, a menu is going to open. Click all. That way, when I do post a video, whether it's about the Phoenix Heat Tolerant Tomato or my eggplant or any of my other plants, right? Like my potatoes. We got to find out what's going to happen with this. I mean, that looks really healthy. Looks really, really good. In order for you to get notification about that, you got to subscribe. So subscribe, click all for the bell notifications. In the event that you're watching from like your PS, your gaming system, something like that, that means that you are going to have to go on your phone or online to click the bell notification. So just to let you know that part, okay? And then share. Please share this. Share this information with someone that lives in zones 8A and up, where we have summers that are triple digit, okay? Or 90s and up, okay? If you know somebody that's trying to grow a garden, wants to grow a garden, you're trying to grow a garden, please share this information, because each one teach one, right? So we have to be able to share because we're all on this journey together. Okay? Again, this is Amber for Amber's Magical Garden in Small Spaces. I hope that you all have an awesome, awesome Sunday. Today is June 7th. It is Prince's birthday. I am a Prince fan, clearly, because I just said that, right? So please, please enjoy your day. It's beautiful here today. Um, so, keeping social distancing. I may end up going out today with my family just for a drive. I don't know. We'll see. But nonetheless, if I can do this. Oh, before I go, I have some cuttings, you guys. I found, I think I mentioned it in one of my videos, but I found a house that I'm interested in, and they had a grapevine. So I actually just got a couple cuttings off of the grapevine. So we'll see. They look like table grapes, but I'm not sure what kind they are because it was loaded with grapes, and they're still green. So I don't know. But they're small globes. But anyway, I have to do another video about my cuttings. I'm excited. Right now I have them sitting in water. So let's go back. If I can do this, so can you. So can you. And by all means, family, just like me, what I'm doing right now, the Phoenix, I'm excited about this tomato. I am excited. But if I can do this, so can you. And by any means, grow something. Have an awesome day. Peace.